What's up, you little weirdos? Welcome back to my crypto journey. My name is Rodney, and of course, you're getting a poverty-style video right now because I'm hanging out with Crypto Doge on the couch, and we're watching Django Unchained, which is, in my opinion, the second greatest Quentin Tarantino movie of all time, next to Kill Bill because Uma Thurman is a babe. I don't want to hear your opinions about Uma Thurman or my hierarchy of Quentin Tarantino movies. Anyways, let's talk about the Saitama and Eagle FC partnership because they just had a partnership. They just announced a multi-year, multi-million-dollar partnership. Now, I like this. A lot of people don't because, honestly, it's not solving the issue of Saitamask, but it's a, like I said, a multi-million-dollar and multi-year partnership. Now, what is the Eagle FC fighting championship, right? That's what FC is, fighting championship. Well, it's run by the most dominant UFC champion in their history, right? Khabib Nurmagomedov was a 155-pound UFC champion. I wouldn't say he's the greatest fighter of all time because that's arguable, but definitely the most dominant fighter of all time. Retired undefeated, just got inducted to the UFC Hall of Fame. And I would like to see him stick around a little longer in the UFC because I think there's some interesting matchups like Charles Oliveira or Michael Chandler, just to name a couple, right? I wanted to see those matchups. I think those are good fights. But anyways, he retired and he started this fighting promotion. Now, you have to understand something about mixed martial arts. The UFC controls like 97% of the market when it comes to MMA, right? The market share. You have Bellator and then Eagle FC and a few others, right? That are kind of on the same level. Of course, Bellator is a different level, right? It's like UFC, then Bellator, and then the rest, in my opinion. So a lot of these fighting promotions have to deal with the UFC. And the thing is, a lot of people start, like a lot of fighters start on these other promotions and then go to the UFC, or fighters on the kind of the downward trend of their career go to these promotions after the UFC. People like Diego Sanchez and Kevin Lee, who are fighting in the main event of the Eagle FC Championship. I mean, those guys left the UFC. I think Diego Sanchez should be retired. I don't know why he's fighting still. I think he's had a ton of head trauma. So, I mean, he still is fighting. And then, and went on a massive losing streak before he left. And then Kevin Lee as well, like just hasn't looked good in his UFC fights, probably got cut or left, I'm not sure. And now he's fighting Diego Sanchez in the main event for Eagle FC. So you have to understand that about these other promotions is that all the really good fighters want to be in the UFC. Now, these other promotions offer a lot of liberties to fighters that the UFC doesn't, like sponsorships and those sorts of things. UFC is kind of a Nazi when it comes to sponsorships. I mean, they have like Venom, which is a gear or clothes brand, right? That's what all the fighters use for their gear or like their clothes, right? Their walkout gear, their shorts, their shirts. And then they have Crypto.com, right? Which is ironically their cryptocurrency sponsor. So when it comes to the importance of this partnership, I'm not sure if it's that important. I like it because it could be good down the road, but I'm not sure if it's that important. Obviously, the main focus is getting Saitamask up and running. That's the main focus, in my opinion, and working well. Now, I don't think it's going to be revolutionary, but it could be good in its own right, and I'll get into that a little more. Now, it looks like Ponzi Slayer, friend of the channel, just received a lawsuit or something like that, legal documents from Quattro's Migos, which is a legal company that represents Saitama and Lily Finance, right? Saitama and Lily Finance still have that joint LLC, and Quattro's Migos represents them, which is a law firm that specializes in distressed entities, which is actually pretty interesting in itself. Bad look for Saitama, in my opinion. You're going to sue a YouTuber because they're on your ass on Twitter, and it's like, dude, to me, it's like it shows that you're soft and you're thin-skinned, which they are, because you remember beta boy Elon Monster, maybe about a week ago, was threatening people with lawsuits, and hey, they followed up on their threats, right? Now, are they going to win a lawsuit? Absolutely not. I know that Ponzi Slayer does well for himself, so he could definitely fight this. I mean, I would just throw it in the fucking trash and tell him to go, kick rocks. But the thing about court cases is that now, like, public records are like open. It's like it's fair game now. So a lot of things can be exposed about certain people in this whole dilemma. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Like I said, not a good look. The optics are pretty bad. So we'll see what happens from here. But of course, I support Ponzi Slayer. I know he's really on Saitama's ass a lot when it comes to social media, but just block him. Why have thin skin like that? To me, it just shows that you're weak and you can't take the heat when you're getting valid criticism, right? Because I think at the end of the day, Ponzi Slayer is a little brutal in his delivery, but the message is clear that he just really wants to save investors from getting wrecked, right? Now let's talk about Saitamask. Now Saitamask still isn't fully functional. People are having problems swapping large amounts. I got into an argument with some huge Saitama page, had like 30K followers last night when it came to fees. Guys, we're an ERC20 token. We're on the Ethereum blockchain. Yes, you can make it so your smart contract makes it so you can optimize the best fees at a certain point in the day. But you're not going to get away from gas fees. You're going to pay the premium depending on how busy the blockchain is. You can't get away from that until you make your own chain, right? Sidechain. I was arguing with this guy because he was saying, I got a $9 transaction on, guys, the other day, everyone was getting cheap transaction fees on Uniswap. I got quoted $6. That never happens, but sometimes when gas fees are cheap, when there's not a lot of volume, right, on the Ethereum blockchain, or the miners are not all tied up, right, you can get cheap fees. I mean, and it's like, you know what I've been seeing a lot? I've been seeing like screenshots of Saitamask transactions that are like, say for example, you're swapping $300 worth of ETH to Saitama. Okay, so after that transaction, you'll get about $250 of Saitama. The transaction fee will be $10 and that will be it. It's like, well, what happened to the other $40? So I'm gonna be interested to see how this plays out and what the field studies look like when it comes to actual saving money when it comes to using Saitamask. Guys, it's not going to be revolutionary. Come on, it's not. Maybe 5 years from now, but definitely not anytime soon. Look, you're not going to have people running to use Saitamask when they're just doing things slightly better than their competitor. Just not going to happen. What they can be is a platform for people to launch on, right? Vetted projects so people can pump and dump them. Because, I mean, the products they have like Shirio Inu, like Mandox, like Impact XP, I mean, they're cool in the community token space, but no one's talking about these tokens in big brain communities. They're just not, guys. It's just in our community, right? I'm not to say we're small brain because we're making money right now, but I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. We'll see. I could be wrong, but it's not looking good for Saitama right now when it comes to reaching all-time highs. They could pump, but reaching all-time highs, I think it's going to be a little out there because they were valued about $4 billion at that time, and I think they have to do a lot of work to get back to $4 billion. Now, I like the partnership. A lot of people didn't like the partnership. I think it's good, especially if both things end up pumping or doing well in the future. We'll have to see. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of this partnership? What do you think about the lawsuits? And what do you think about Saitamask? I'm interested to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments down below again, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.